The following singles contest is scheduled for one fall. It is being brought to you by Castle Music, Hagen, Aglin, SC Supplements, Red Barn Pet Products, Anytime Fitness, and Chicken Soup for the pet lover's soul. And it is for the Remix Pro Wrestling Fury Women's Championship. Your referee in charge of the action, Mr. Troy Davis.
Championship at stake here. And this challenger has been making waves.
Introducing first the challenger, wrestling out of Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, Britt Baker.
Britt Baker, the mayor of Pittsburgh. I've seen her proudly wear championships wherever she's gone. She was the first ever IWC Women's Champion in Pittsburgh. And we've seen her here before in Remix Pro Wrestling. Her and Leva Bates had a championship opportunity at Throwdown 14, but some unfinished business there, where Baker is back at Throwdown 16, one-on-one for the ultimate prize in women's wrestling in this part of the country. Only a couple of years in the game, but Britt is so well-traveled.
And her opponent. Wrestling out of Charlotte, North Carolina, she is your reigning and defending Remix Pro Wrestling Fury Women's Champion, Tessa Blanchard.
An athlete with the pedigree to go all the way here in professional wrestling. 525 days as Women's Fury Champion, and also a competitor in the Mae Young Classic. Took the eventual winner to knock her out of contention. She was beaten by the very best, but she hung in every step of the way.
Yeah, maybe we're calling that the match of the Mae Young Classic. Tessa Blanchard and Kyrie saying she impressed a lot of people. She certainly impressed me. And every time you see her, she gets better and better. World traveled all over. Tessa Blanchard is, and this is already getting heat between the two of them.
Again, not the first time these ladies have met in or out of Remix Pro Wrestling. And a bit of an extra swagger from Tessa Blanchard. Perhaps she's looking past Britt Baker with a newfound success.
Well, you know what? I wouldn't blame her, Joe. I mean, she has achieved a lot since she was last here at Remix. She continues to have a lot of success, and Britt Baker as well. Both of them have had great success, but when you come from the lineage, when you come from that type of confidence level, it just comes naturally to you.
Britt Baker has competed in WWE, Ring of Honor, Wrestle Circus. She's been all over the place lately.
Yeah, Joe, and you know what? I don't like Britt Baker. I don't like her goody-goody attitude when she comes out here, but you have to respect what she's done. She continues to go across the United States, continues to get better every time I see her. She is one of the fastest rising prospects in women's wrestling today.
Yeah, that's self-described, as you would say, goody-goody attitude. That goes away when the opening bell rings, because Britt Baker is very focused and very intent on proving a lot of critics like yourself wrong. No love from Tessa Blanchard.
Yeah, and as we've seen, we've talked about Britt has, made her way to WWE. She's made her way to Ring of Honor, but Tessa continues to be in that one upper echelon level every time that they meet. Tessa just has that extra little acumen, and this rivalry, as you said, has gone across the United States between these two.
Tessa been trained and mentored by the likes of Tully Blanchard, Magnet TA. It's all been in the family for Tessa. George South as well, one of the most renowned trainers in the Southeast United States, a lifelong journeyman. And to be able to pick these brains your entire life, not your adult life, not your professional career, but your entire life period, just puts Tessa a step ahead of everybody else. It's why those who are second and third generation have so much instant success. It's in their blood.
Well, and it's a great point, and not that I'm going to defend Britt Baker here, but this is a young lady who didn't have those advantages. She didn't have the second, third generation pedigree, so she went out and did her best to find it. She picked the brains of the Johnny Garganos and the Candice LeRae's. She's just as hungry to find that extra level as Tessa Blanchard is.
Without a doubt, you're looking at two students of the game with very different backstories, but their journeys intersect one another here tonight. Remix Pro Wrestling, Throwdown for the Pound 16 here in Marietta, Ohio. Tessa the takedown, side headlock takeover. On the ground, I will give the advantage fully to Tessa Blanchard.
Yeah, absolutely. She knows mat wrestling better than anyone else. Baker does have, as you can see here, much more flexibility.
Yeah, let's not rule out Britt Baker. Incredible ground game all her own. Both these young ladies built that foundation, a solid foundation, and worked their way up. And notice Britt with a handshake, and Tessa almost indignant to Britt. Tessa had blown off Britt at the start of the matchup. Britt maybe as if to say, do you respect me now?
Yeah, and she's been trying to earn that respect. Every time, like I said, every time they come in the ring, Tessa just has that little one-up every single time, and Britt continues to try and prove herself. You know, but she continues to hang in there. The one thing I will say about Britt Baker is going to be her advantage is I've seen her wrestle match in and match out. Britt Baker can take punishment extremely well. She's got an iron jaw in there. She takes a lot of shots and can keep fighting. If Tessa's fought with her before, she knows what she's in for. That's why this feeling out process is so important early on.
Doesn't matter where you came from, doesn't matter your gender. Britt Baker will take the fight to you. I've seen Britt in the ring with the likes of Laurel Van Ness, Rachel Ellering, a number of others. Cradle here, only count of one. Baker slipping in underneath once more, got two that time. And Tessa caught off guard. Tessa did not expect that. And Tessa hadn't been around a real long time in her own right, but Britt Baker, her 2 years, sticks out a lot more in the inexperienced column than Tessa's, again, when you factor in the fact that Tessa grew up in this industry.
Well, and that adds so much pressure to someone like Tessa Blanchard. When you're a second and third generation, wrestler, so much more is expected of you. You're supposed to make it faster. You're supposed to make it easier because you've had that easier road. Britt Baker didn't have that. She has a little bit more chip on her shoulder, as in I didn't have these luxuries. I have to do it on my own. And sometimes that pressure can be a little mounting for the likes of Tessa Blanchard.
And you hit the nail on the head when you said third generation. Don't forget Tessa's grandfather, the legendary promoter Joe Blanchard, down in South Texas. He was on USA Network before Vince McMahon. Talk about a visionary in this industry. Sling blade takedown by Britt Baker. Cover, 2 count only.
As we talked about, these women have wrestled each other many, many times across the U.S., this rivalry that they had. And you can see they're counter for counter. They know each other pretty well. They read each other in the ring. They understand, body position better than anyone else.
Baker the Chancery keeping Tessa at bay. Textbook suplex nicely done. And you can see the determination written all over the facial features of Britt Baker, the mayor of Pittsburgh. Big head of steam. That looks a little familiar. I've seen that somewhere before.
I have seen that before. Britt Baker continuing to learn from everyone and continue to further her education, so it would be.
Baby. Nice chin lock now. And but Baker's trying to get in the head of Tessa Blanchard. We'll see if it works. Tessa expected one thing, got another, and that's not something that a 2-year, barely past a rookie is going to pull out.
Yeah, but Tessa is so experienced. Oh, big shot there, Joe.
Yeah, talk about an experience.
Full body, as you see, she planted her feet and got everything into that elbow strike.
All impact, Britt feeling the worst for wear. And the champion takes control. Tessa unseating Sassy Steph, maybe the most decorated women's champion in Remix history. Was back at Throwdown 13. We haven't seen Steph since, I don't believe. That's the mark Tessa Blanchard left on this division.
And Britt Baker taking those shots.
Takes a balance, and now down with a modified lung blower. On top cover, 2 count only.
And gets right to those ropes. Too close to the ropes there. As I said earlier, Britt Baker can take some shots, and she took one right to the jaw right there with that lung blower.
I noticed Tessa tried to compensate, hook both legs, but Britt, great ring awareness, able to power out and find herself right tangled in that bottom rope.
Tessa Blanchard continue to get those shots in there. She has experienced a kind of a change in her as we've seen her wrestling more and more in Japan. She has come out stronger and faster. Everything tight inside the body there.
Without a doubt, making the most out of every movement. Mark of a champion. And Britt draped across that second rope.
Oh, right in the back.
Straight to the small of the back, the base of the spine. All impact. You can see the body of Britt Baker almost cave in upon impact. Oh, went for maybe an elbow, but Baker, I'm not sure if Baker sensed it coming. She's in so much agony, she's trying to get out of the way, but either way, opportunity, but Tessa adjusted to the neck breaker. Could this do it? 2 count only.
Now that small of the back is really, really knotted up now for Britt Baker. That drop kick came right in that small of that back, and it can knot up so quickly, and it affects your legs, it affects your power. If you don't have your legs, Joe, even the forearm strikes that Britt's really known for, she doesn't have that base that she can drive through in those forearms. Everything kind of knots up there.
It's even labored while getting to her feet is Britt Baker, let alone having to fight one of the best in the world. It is all Tessa Blanchard at this point in time. Back suplex nicely done. Baker contorted on impact. Could this do it? Again, ring positioning. Great veteran instincts by the young Baker, able to find her hand on the rope.
Yeah, her back is knotting up really, really bad. I don't know if she had the strength to kick out there. Ring awareness, grab the rope. She's got to get some space here and get some blood flowing in that back. Well,
it's a case where every sudden jerk, every sudden movement is going to create just a pain etched up and down the body of Britt Baker.
You can see her labored here.
Yeah.
She have enough power in those strikes, Joe.
Just wincing every time she charges at Tessa, connecting as best she can, but Tessa firing back.
Yeah, Britt doesn't have the same speed that she usually has. You can see her legs are weak. That back is just tightened up so much.
Well, Britt trying to stay a step ahead. What's this?
Oh!
Credenza connects. Tessa is down, but does Britt have enough to capitalize? This matchup has taken quite a bit out of Britt Baker. Does she have enough left to make the most of this?
Yeah, and Tessa has inflicted so much damage early on that she can weather something like this, hopefully, in her mind. But Britt's back. If she can start moving, if she can get that blood flowing back into it, she can start getting her legs underneath her, start getting some power back into those strikes. That's what she needs to do. Britt is a great striker when she's on her feet.
Oh, we have a double count out here. Nothing may be settled. Tessa up to a knee, that counts. Britt follows suit, but just barely. Oh, and Tessa was ready. Britt trying to fire a shot on the way down, but I'm not sure she connected much at all. Again, that back continuing to give out on Baker.
Another big shot.
Yeah, allowing Tessa to find Britt wide open for these strikes.
And now we're just in a slugfest.
And Tessa is daring Britt to hit her hardest. But again, what does Britt have? It is gut check time here deep in this Women's Fury Championship match.
Britt going everything she's got here.
Oh, nice double underhook suplex.
She's giving everything she can, but that back, like I said, knot up. Are any of these going to get the job done?
Rocker dropper, will this do it? New champion, no. You got to believe Tessa did not expect to be put in that situation. A long 2 count this late in the bout.
No, I don't know if Britt had enough behind those strikes from those, like I said, that earlier back injury. And now she's trying to fight through it. And Tessa is on the ropes here, figuratively speaking.
And again, Britt with that chance, we're just trying to keep Tessa at bay in an arm's reach. Tessa behind now. Oh! Full Nelson face plant. Will this be all 2 count only? Again, credit to the resolve of Britt. Still showing signs of life.
Yeah, as I said earlier, Britt Baker can take a shot and keep going. She has taken a lot of damage in this match. But you see the counter for counter. Britt trying to go for that ripcord. Tessa has it scouted. These women know each other so well.
Well, Tessa pressing that advantage continually. Calling out Britt's name almost just to mock her. Britt elevates Tessa. Jockeying for position here. Britt a standing side switch. Ripcord forearm. Britt just couldn't. I thought she may have knocked her out.
Tessa trying to get to those ropes. I think she knows what's coming.
Britt likes to go submission. At modified rings of Saturn, Tessa, I think, sensed that this matchup could have been over.
Yeah, she knows that move all too well. Scouted her opponent. They know each other. She knew it was coming as Britt tried to transition. Went right for those ropes before Britt could lock it in.
Baker to her feet, but now it's Tessa who's labored. Needing the ropes for assistance.
Big shot there.
Hammerlock DDT!
That's got to be it, Joe.
Good night, and you heard the emphatic statement as well.
Oh!
I thought that was it. And certainly Tessa did as well.
Yeah, when I said Britt Baker could take some damage, I did not think she could take that much. That was a spike hammerlock DDT by Tessa Blanchard. And now she's gonna throw it all on. She's gonna go for a big risk here, Joe.
From way up high, Britt sidesteps. Got the knees. And now into the submission.
Roll through. She's got it to the center of the ring.
Britt's got the submission.
Did she lock it in?
That crossface, that regal stretch, whatever you want to call it. Britt studied from everybody. She's learned. She's intelligent. She's dangerous. Will she be champion?
Trying to roll through.
Tessa rolls back. Britt had to release the hold or else her own shoulders would have been pinned. Oh. Britt is dazed. Never saw that one coming.
1 foot, then 2 feet. Right in the mush.
Britt, mouth wide open, gasping for breath.
She's taking some hard shots, Joe. And now Tessa's got to put it all on the line here.
From upstairs.
Oh!
Tessa a senton from way up high. Will that do it? No! Can you believe what we're seeing?
Britt Baker continues to fight through this.
Another cover-up, another near fall. And Tessa can't believe it. What do you have to do to keep Britt Baker down?
Tessa going to the mount here, trying to just rifle off some hands.
Oh! Head of steam right into the Britt Baker super kick. No! Oh, we are seeing an all-time classic in women's wrestling unfold before our eyes here on Remix Pro Wrestling Throwdown 16.
And Tessa is shocked here.
Oh, what?
Trying to roll back through that submission.
Yeah, get you trap her.
Lost her for a second, but got back to it.
Britt's got it.
She's close to the ropes here. Can Tessa get her feet to the back of the ropes there?
I'm not sure if Tessa's aware how close she is to the ropes. She's trying to roll over with it and trap Britt's shoulders once again.
Trying to go back to that. She's rolled herself right into the center of the ring.
Yeah. Tessa's actually further away from the ropes than
She's going to try and roll back through again.
She's got the shoulders down for 2 again. And again, Britt having to break or else pin herself.
Yeah, but how much damage has been done to that shoulder? Tessa trying to go for the win there. Oh, she's on the ropes here. This could be it.
Second shot. Britt didn't have everything behind that kick, but Tessa's out on her feet. The DDT, a third attempt at the stretch.
And now she's center ring. She's got nowhere to go.
And Baker's got that weight positioned where Tessa's beneath her.
So much damage has already been done to that shoulder. How much longer can she go?
A third rollover, but Britt rolls with it. Britt was ready.
But closer to the ropes. Can she move? Can she get there?
She taps. We have a new champion. History has been made at Throwdown 16.
here is your winner and new Remix Pro Wrestling Fury Women's Champion, Britt Baker.
The queen of the Fury division has been dethroned. Britt Baker has another major accolade to her young career and becomes the Remix Pro Wrestling Women's Fury Champion, joining a very prestigious lineage.
Absolutely. Britt Baker fought through a lot here, continued to go back to that shoulder over and over again until she got the submission victory. You got to be impressed with her, Joe. Say what you want about Britt Baker, inexperience, whatever. She proved tonight that she is one of the top prospects in women's wrestling today, and she is the Remix Fury champion.
Just short, her first attempt to throw down 14. Britt comes back a year later, a hero, and now a champion. And I guess Remix Pro Wrestling in the Fury division is officially part of Pittsburgh.